Welcome everybody. Welcome to today's daily video log for 21st February 2017 and potential auction paths. You, myself Dean, you can get in touch with me on Twitter or visit my website getthattradingedge.in. Softwares used for today's presentations are Bell Market Profile and Bell Order Flow. For more details on the softwares, please visit belltpo.com. Let me go through the disclaimer. Information shared here is not a trading recommendation and we are not a business of providing any. All information shared here is strictly for educational purposes only. Please use your discretion while acting on the information shared here. We will not be responsible for any resulting profits or losses. Please consult your registered financial advisor before you make any trading and investment decision. So let's go to charts. This is the development today for Nifty. Yesterday, I had pointed that this HVN was important and prices finding support in this region may lead to continuation of the up move. Something of that sort happened today. Today we opened inside range and then traded around the open. There was potential for a failed auction, but this failed auction did not gather any follow through to the downside. If you can see, this was the first attempt just after the failed auction, and this was the second attempt to push the prices down. I was expecting a new business in this region to lead to further falls to this zone, but that did not happen. This was the support which held the prices, and then prices started rallying back up, and once they were above the high for the day, any selling that was happening in this region came under pressure and we got a nice spike up. Going into close, we have a rejection at this level, just above 8,900 levels, and but I cannot be sure that whether this is a at even a short-term top which is in place. We need to further analyze the profile to see what exactly this might mean. So this was today's development. Most of the volume was generated at the lows, and initial shape which was taken by the market after this failed auction was a V. This was pointed out in my Slack update, and failure to move away from this particular high volume node suggested that sellers were not able to do a good job, and that is why the smart money put them under pressure and moved the prices well away from this morning value. Now one more interesting thing to observe is this shape which we refer as the D shape, and what it actually means is that most of the trading was done in this lower region. You can also see higher volume in the lower region. Neither the volume point of control nor the price point of control migrated higher with this particular up move late in the day. uh, what it means is that prices have gotten too far away from value, and if this spike up does not get acceptance early tomorrow, that is, if we do not start building value in this region, in this spike, we might see prices returning back to test buyer interest at this particular point of control. And even this high volume node from yesterday which we had pointed out, this whole region actually will become of interest to buyers. So if we come here in this region and again find demand or buyers asserting themselves, then again we might start moving up. Another possibility is this particular small high volume node is there. This is a sign of reaccumulation. Any shorts that were created in the morning, we're trying to again defend this high in this region, and bulls were trying to accumulate from those shorts which were trying to defend this high. Once they were taken out of the system, what we got was a nice up spike. But we need acceptance higher. Price has moved, definitely moved away from value, but we need to create value higher to continue this up move. Else we will definitely come back down and test demand in this region. If we find it, then we may resume or we may form a trading range in this range, in this zone. Let me mark it. We might start forming a trading range in this broad zone. But if we don't get supply, sorry, if we don't find demand over here, then we might start finding acceptance lower and test lower references as we had discussed yesterday. So this is my view on Nifty. Let's go to Bank Nifty chart. Before that, let me clear all the drawings. This is the Bank Nifty chart. Murli had asked in Slack regarding Bank Nifty being a buy or whether it was a buy when the prices were trading in this area. What I replied was I was interested in this zone. This zone is 20730 kind of a zone, and I said if price can find acceptance above that zone, then we will see a rapid move taking out all these singles, which many feel, many market profile experts, they pronounce them as a sign of smart money. uh, I really I have a different take on that. My analysis tells me that the smart money was here and they accumulated in this zone, and once the singles started seeing some acceptance, any selling here or any rejection here gave up. Any sellers in on this day and on this day and even in the morning, this attempt to mark the price down could not get any follow through lower. So all these sellers were put under pressure when we got this spike. So you need to have some levels in mind. Of course, I mean, in hindsight you can say that the long was better here, but my analysis tells me that you need to find points where there is a chance of a rapid move, and that was this point. And promptly market gave us a nice spike up. We tasted yesterday's high, but now again, like Nifty, here also we need acceptance at higher levels, need to build value here for continuation up. Otherwise the same story will unfold. This is clearly a D shape, and if we cannot find acceptance here, prices may come back down and test demand at this point of control. Yesterday's point of control was kept open. Now this kind of activity happens when buyers are really strong, so it may also happen that we might not come down because buyers have asserted themselves at this point and they have managed a nice move up. So if tomorrow they can find acceptance in this region, then we can say that the trend is up and we will move higher. But if we don't get value here, we immediately start trading down, then we might test lower levels. There are a few in between of not very high importance, but this level might offer some support. This is a, once it comes here, I mean, then there are anomalies to be repaired, like this one and this one. So once it comes in this region below this, and starts finding acceptance here, then we are more likely to repair all these anomalies. There is a nice gradient here, so we may see buyers supporting at these levels. But again, the same drill: if we start finding value or acceptance in this particular zone, then there is a chance, if we start finding acceptance here, then we may probe lower to test lower references and see if we find demand at lower levels. We'll move down to find buyers. So this is my view on bank Nifty. There was a question. Let me just read the question. GD Shankar, I suppose it is. He wants to know about D and Q shapes. He says that he has heard of only P and B shapes. That's true. I have shared these observations with many market profile experts and my mentors, and they were also a bit skeptical, and they found it funny. But let's just look at what's happening here. This is the Nifty chart, and my logic is that in the morning the value was developing lower, so smart money was accepting in this range, and once they were finished with their acceptance, they were accumulation, and they were buying, so the other side was selling to them. And since smart money is smart by nature, they have this habit of putting the not so smart traders under pressure. So once we fail to find any acceptance below this earlier sideways move or balance, smart money came in here and pushed it higher to hit their stop losses. And once the first batch of stop losses were hit above this particular small pullback high, then they went for the stop losses above the day high. So, and since this was a FA failed auction above yesterday's high, there were many shorts in this region, and once they were taken out, the prices just zoomed higher. But now what is happening is more important, that we have this sharp move up, and it has gone away from the value which was developing in the morning, and we don't have value anywhere in this region. So we cannot be sure whether smart money is still interested in higher prices or not, or this was just a move to trap these early shorts and just feed on their stops. So we cannot be sure until we see acceptance in this zone. So when I say there is a D shape developing, what I mean is that unless and until we find acceptance higher, there is a likelihood that we might come down and test demand or whatever the smart money was trying to do in this zone once again. And if we find it, then again we'll move up, that's for sure. But if we don't find it, then it means that the smart money was just interested in hitting their stop losses. They have done that, and now they bought here, got out in stop hunt, and they are not interested in higher prices, so they'll just step aside, let the market fall down and test even lower levels and again accumulate if they have to. If they have distributed for better, then we'll see even lower levels. So this spike happened up, but if it had happened down like this, then value not migrating down will generate a Q shape. So this is just similar to short covering and long liquidation. Those were popularized by Jim Dalton. I not trying to fill in his shoes, but these are the patterns which have helped me a lot to take short-term trades. Today it so happened that after these stop losses were hit in L period, uh, we did not have much time for price to come back to value. So this day on today also I did not take a trade or try to fade this move, because if the close is above yesterday's high, then it is always safer to not carry any shorts home. Also yesterday's high and also today's initial balance high. So since the close is higher, I would not carry any shorts. Had this happened in earlier in the day, then I would have definitely taken this short. So I'll observe tomorrow. If I cannot take this short trade, I'll happily miss it. But then I'll try to monitor if I find any demand in this region, or this lower reference which I had marked in my Slack update in the afternoon. So if you can find any acceptance here, uh, acceptance as in buyers showing up and defending, then we'll move up. Else the hypos discussed earlier will follow. So that is all for today. We'll meet tomorrow.